There's not a full moon tonight, is there?
Yeah, actually, I think there is. Why?
No reason. Let's just do this quickly, shall we?
What? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Loving that. Good. Gosh, Matt, what an honour it is to be here. So glad you could all make it.
Woo! To this most auspicious of award shows.
Which is greater, the Spiel des Jahres edition.
Each year, the Spiel des Jahres jury announces their predictions for who will win the greatest prize in board gaming.
You know, Matt, it always amazes me that they let us award the German Game of the Year. Are we really German enough?
Yeah?
Why don't you run us through the nominees, Robin?
Okay, well, there's just one.
No, there's 3 of them.
Yes, but there's just one.
No. There's got to be 3 of us. How are we going to do a comparison?
No, just one is the name of the game.
I know we're going to pick just one of them, Robin, but...
Just One is the new party game taking the verbally challenged by storm. And unusually, it's a cooperative game. One player will be the guesser and randomly picks one of the words on a card without looking at it. The other players at the table secretly write down a clue to that word on their screens. Obviously, just one word clues are allowed. From these clues, the guesser has just one chance to guess the chosen word. Get it right and that's a point. Well done. Now give the next player a chance to be the guesser. The twist is that before revealing the words, the players compare their clues, and any matching clues are wiped away. There can be just one of each clue. It's this one rule that makes the game. For the clue givers, each idea must be evaluated against the risk that other players will choose it too. The guesser is inevitably faced with a collection of oblique clues that you must put together to get the right answer. It's challenging for both parties, and that reveal is an endless source of amusement as common clues get wiped and bizarre clues get analysed. There's tension as the guesser tries to understand it, and it all comes to a head when they make their final guess. And just when you think it's impossible for them to get it right, they can get it right. And it's that bit of magic that's perfect for a Spiel des Jahres nominee.
That might be the simplest game ever nominated.
In fact, you could say there's just one rule.
Well, I mean, except there's the setup, and there's picking the word, and then...
When are you going to talk about llamas?
Lama is a tiny card game about llamas, and rainbows. And numbers, really. No one knows where the llamas come from.
They come from South America, don't they?
Nobody knows! Everyone gets a hand of 6 cards, and they want to get rid of as many as possible before the end of a round. Any left in your hand will score you points. Bad points. This is the golf of card games. You want as few as possible.
Cards are either a number from 1 to 6, or a llama. Oh yeah.
Cards are worth as many points as the number printed on them, with 2 exceptions. Duplicates don't count, so 3 4s will still only cost you 4 points, and llamas are worth 10 points.
Ah, no, that's not so good.
So what are you going to do? Well, on your turn, you could pass, saying, I'm going to take all the points that are on my cards as they are. You probably don't want to do that on your first turn.
Instead, you want to play a card. Well, you can, so long as it's the same or one higher than the current card. Llamas can play on 6s. Yeah! And 1s can play on llamas. Ah, no.
But what if you can't play? Then you'll either have to pass and accept those points, or you can draw another card. This is where the game lies. Do you risk gaining a new bad card in your hand for the chance to get rid of more cards later? I mean, that might not sound like a terribly interesting decision, but just wait.
A round ends immediately when one player has completely emptied their hand. Everyone else takes points.
So drawing a card is a gamble about when the round will end. Llama is a kind of push your luck game, but it's a gamble influenced heavily by the other players, how many cards they have left, whether any of them are drawing cards, because if they are, then they're probably willing to stay in a bit longer.
But there's another wrinkle. The round also ends if everyone ends up passing, but the last player can continue playing cards until they can no longer play, which might let them completely empty their hand.
That's an exciting reason to keep drawing, but there's a lot of risk in doing so. Llama is a push your luck game, and it's unlike any I've ever played before.
And there's another wrinkle. From the second round onwards, if you get rid of all your cards, you get to discard one of your point tokens.
Not 1 point, 1 token. Given that there are 10-point tokens in the game, this creates the potential for massive point swings, which In this context, a quick, light playing card game is exciting. You're never out of the running. What results is a game of big, exciting moments and tense decisions that are all about the other players at the table. Llama just keeps layering nuance upon nuance, so what at first seems like an almost pointlessly simple card game proves to be as deep and as complex as a llama. It's a great game.
As a llama?
Yeah! Ooh, I know, it's a lot of game alpaca'd into a small box.
I mean, you could say that, but why would you? Just why?
Well, it might be funny.
Oh, it's getting dark outside. Okay, let's move on to the final game. This one's a bit more of a beast. At least by the standards of this award. And it's another word game. Werewords. This time, one player, the mayor, will know the word, and the other players need to figure it out. Unfortunately, the mayor can't speak, so instead everybody asks them yes or no questions which they answer with these tokens. It's essentially 20 questions with an app and some cardboard bits. But it's also called Werewords, which means there's a werewolf out there. Each player gets a secret role. Most people will be ordinary villagers, but one or two will be werewolves, who don't want the group to get the word right. If everyone fails to guess the word, then the villagers have just one last chance to save themselves from the werewolf. A lynching. Everyone has 1 minute to vote on who they think is a werewolf. If they vote for the right person, then the villagers snatch victory from the slavering jaws of defeat. The other special role is the seer, a good guy who also knows the word and can help push the team in the right direction. Then again, if the villagers guess the word correctly, then the werewolves get to pick someone to take a bite out of. If they pick the seer, then the werewolves win. The potential for these last-minute turnarounds makes for a tense final scene, however the main game went, and helps keep the powered players in check. Werewords is the type of game you just want to break out and play again and again, discovering the meta-level deduction, which comes from playing multiple times with the same people, is just part of the joy. It makes you want to jump in and take a bite out of it. Wait. Oh!
Where is he? Getting a bit into werewords, isn't he? Oh, you're Terry. I bet there's a word that'll turn you back. Golden grater. Llama.
Yeah.
No? Sod it. Whew. Sure is lucky I carry these silver bullets with me. Best cure for lycanthropy.
You shot me!
Let's dig into werewords a bit more, shall we?
How's about the mayor's role, which you were conspicuously quiet about?
Yeah, okay. The mayor also gets a secret role that is set aside during setup.
And this means they could be either the seer or the werewolf. And all players need to be aware of this possibility.
If the mayor is a werewolf, they can lie in their answers.
Whereas if they are the seer, the villagers are at a major disadvantage.
So under such circumstances, they should definitely go for an easier difficulty setting.
But that's going to be fairly obvious to the werewolf player when the answer's revealed at the end of a round. Now it feels like we've spent half the episode talking about werewords, which is definitely its most annoying feature. There's no easy way, you just have to go through all the different cases and exceptions. You win if you do this, unless this, and oh, don't forget about that.
But while there is an initial bit of pain to get through, once you are through that, you'll soon be rampaging around with the scent of blood in your nostrils and the taste of flesh between your teeth.
We're still talking about werewords, right?
Yes.
Just one is so much simpler.
But what about that ending? Play 13 cards and then see how many you got right? Ugh.
Yeah, it falls into that category of game which is about the fun of a single round, so just keep playing rounds. The end game rule is really just there to ensure an end, but you don't have to stop.
Yes, you do. It's in the rules.
No, Robin, you can keep going. So long as you're having fun, we could play forever, Robin.
Snap out of it. Snap out of it,
Huh?
Matt.
What?
I mean, just think of the content if nothing else.
You're right.
We could live stream it 24 hours a day!
The word selection could be better though. Once you've played it a few times, the same old cards keep coming out. But what's more disappointing are the pop culture references. These tend towards stereotypically male geek culture and result in a flurry of words referencing those things. Which sucks if you're not part of that group.
Indeed, this element of just one damn near ruined the game for a group of non-gamers that I played it with. It's a very group-specific problem.
For most gaming groups then, it won't be a problem at all.
But since this is intended for a wider audience, seeing the word choice being so damaging to the experience was really disappointing.
Llama is definitely the odd one out.
The black llama of the list?
It's not a game.
How dare you!
Hey, I looked it up on the internet and it says it's not a game.
Well, thank God we're here to set the record straight! The main reason for a lot of the community's response to Llama comes down to player control.
On the surface, there aren't that many decisions, and it's perfectly possible to play without making any, just like it's possible to play 6 Nimpt by choosing a random card each turn. But then you're intentionally missing the point.
These games give you the minimum amount of control necessary to let you feel like you made good decisions when you win, but allowing losing players to laugh at their misfortune. An experienced player will do well more consistently than an inexperienced one, which will tend to show over the multiple rounds of a game. I mean, there is a strong degree of chaos, but if you like or dislike 6 Nimpt, you'll probably like or dislike Llama for much the same reasons.
It is less obvious where the skill comes in.
Maybe.
So, which do we pick?
Well, thank goodness this is an awards show, so we have the answer already prepared.
That's right.
So, the winner is...
Make up your own damn minds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I guess it's between Llama and just one for us.
And, since the German Golden Grater is kind of intended for non-gamers,
Yeah.
those problems we saw in Just One's word choice do harm it for us in this context.
So we're giving the award to Llama!
Yeah! So how'd the Spiel predictions go?
Ooh, let's check it out. They went for just one.
Ooh, that's an embarrassing miss.
For them?
Yes, for them!
Well, I hope you enjoyed this little special.
Because we'll be back again with another one fairly soon.
About the meteor Kennerspiel games.
Please tell me you haven't been eating Wingspan pieces again.
I will not
Eat them.
tell you.
Okay, good. See you next time, folks.